And welcome to the start of a brand new series here on Nyce Tries. As always, I am your host, Nyce, and today we are kicking off our Pokemon White Randomized Nuzlocke. Quick rules recap for what a Nuzlocke is. If you don't know what a Nuzlocke is, I'll link my full video that goes into really in depth of all the rules and everything. But real quick, since they're pretty simple, rule number one is if a Pokemon that we have faints, we have to release it or box it immediately. It is gone forever. We can no longer use it. We'll be putting ours in a box. I do enjoy somewhat sadly looking back at all of our deceased Pokemon that we've lost, and just it kind of tells the tale of the gameplay and the story of what you've experienced here. So I like that. That's more fun than releasing them, even though releasing is a bit more tragic than boxing it. Rule number two is that we can only catch the very first Pokemon we find on each route. When we walk into Route 1, the first Pokemon that we encounter, that is our only chance to catch. If we fail to catch it, we just don't get a Pokemon on that route, and we have to just move on from there. So we're a bit limited on the just total quantity of Pokemon that we can get. And then the little bit of caveats there is that there is duplicate cause, which is we've already caught that Pokemon before, then we can catch a different one. We can re-encounter. If we're stuck with only things that we've already had before, then we'll have to pick one, but you know, it'll be okay. The second little caveat is the species clause, which is if it's in the same species as something we've already caught, so Pidgey, Pidgeotto, it's basically the same Pokemon, then we can also choose to re-encounter in that situation. That's just in the interest of variety. There's like over 500 Pokemon in here, all randomly shuffled up. Why should we have the same Pokemon? It'll just be more fun to keep things spicy and keep things moving. The third and final rule is that we must nickname every single Pokemon that we catch. This is just to make sure that we form a closer bond with these Pokemon, get a little bit attached. That way when we do inevitably lose some of our teammates here along our journey, because a Nuzlocke is never truly safe, you're just a little bit more emotionally invested in that Pokemon. And it's just fun coming up with silly little nicknames and giving them a little personality of their own. And Nuzlocke, again, is never truly safe. I mean, we could solve it. A Pokemon game is only as hard as you make it. We could just stay in Route 1, spend 100 hours grinding to level 100 and, you know, stomp the game. That's no fun, though. We're going to keep it pretty spicy. So, little modifications to the game here. The randomization is, you know, one little tweak. Our starter will be totally randomized. That's why we're having this Choose My Starter episode, because we don't know what we're going to get. The other things that are randomized, the TMs are randomized. They're randomized so that whatever the original TM is, if the Pokemon could learn that original TM, it'll be able to learn whatever the TM was then rerolled in. So if it was like Return and it could learn Return originally, and the new TM is, you know, Solar Beam, the Pokemon can then learn Solar Beam if it could originally learn Return. Trainers Pokemon are also all randomized. Any gift Pokemon that we get are going to be randomized. Any static encounters like legendary Pokemon are going to be randomized. You could choose to keep those 1-to-1, where if it's a legendary, it'll be a random legendary. I just shuffled it all up. We could encounter a legendary whenever, who knows. You know, if it's a legendary Pokemon, we could walk up in this big dramatic cutscene, get a thing, and it's a Pidgey or a Caterpie. You know, that could happen. It might very well happen. Honestly, the odds are better that it will be something bad than it'll be something good. But yeah, we'll see what we can do. Also, just after the Phoenix Challenge, which if you did not catch the Phoenix Challenge, highly recommend you check that one out. It was a good time. Needs a little rule tweaking, but the finale was excellent. I cannot complain at all about that final champion battle. Just couldn't have drawn it up any better. It was an absolute blast. But after that Phoenix Challenge and this, you know, Sword and Shield in general, I was feeling the call for something a little bit more challenging, something a little bit harder to really test me. So, and I think that this is personally one of the hardest games to Nuzlocke. I just think that they really make it a lot harder. They're less generous with experience and levels and free stuff. So we'll see how it goes. Not going to add any extra rules onto this one. I think the game is hard enough as it is. We did increase the levels of trainers Pokemon by 10%, rounded to the next level. So our rivals in the beginning here will probably have level 6 Pokemon instead of level 5 like we'll have, just to keep things a little bit more challenging, because again, I'm craving that challenge. And once we hit level 50, I believe that all Pokemon will be in their fully evolved stages for trainers. Just because at that point, our Pokemon will be 2. We don't want to be going through the Elite 4 and have them be like, oh, go Weedle, followed by like a Togepi, and like, you know, that'd just be anticlimactic. And you know, we really want to, I'm craving that challenge. That's really the takeaway from this, is I want this to be as challenging as possible. For the most part, the randomization isn't too chaotic. We've got, you know, mostly 1-for-1 randomization. So on Route 1, if there's normally just Pidgeys and Rattatas, now there's maybe Zekroms and Mewtwo's. And, you know, every Pidgey on that route is now a Zekrom. Every Rattata is now a Mewtwo. And then when we get to Route 2, if there's also Pidgeys and Rattatas, they could be something totally different then. It's not a global randomization, it's local by route. But still a 1-to-1 swap there, which I think is a fun way to do it. So you kind of know, like, oh, we can go back to Route 3 to train up this thing because there were, you know, Chanseys spawning in that route, and that's a really good place to go. I think it just adds a little bit more strategy to the game, and I want a mix of strategy and chaos, and I think I found a good balance with these rules. That's pretty much it though. Let's go ahead and jump on in the game. You're going to notice this video is super short. They waste 0 time in this version with getting you your starter Pokemon. You pick basically like 30 seconds into the game, which is why I'm rambling a little bit here, but let's just jump on in and get to hear what you came for. Alright, let's get on into this. Let me know if there's any sort of sound issues or anything. I'm pretty sure I tested everything and it should sound pretty good for you, but if there's any glaring issues or anything, let me know, and I want to make your viewing experience as pleasant as I can. Hello there, welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Professor Juniper. Everyone calls me the Pokemon Professor. I can't get away from the British accent thing after all of Sword and Shield. I'll try and change it up for the other characters. That's right, this world is widely inhabited by mysterious creatures called Pokemon. Pokemon have mysterious powers. They come in many shapes and live in different places. We humans live happily with Pokemon, working and living together. We complement each other. We help each other out with difficult tasks. Having Pokemon battle one another is particularly popular, and it deepens the bonds between people and Pokemon. And that's why I research Pokemon. Well, that's enough for me. Could you tell me about yourself? We are a dude. A dude is gender neutral. We're a boy. Put it that way. Alright. I was unable to get capture straight from my physical game on the DS, so we are using an emulator, so the controls a little wonky, so hopefully we don't cost ourselves any Pokemon just due to misclicks. But I think I've got it figured out. So, your name's Nyce. What a wonderful name. Oh, well, thank you. Well then, I'm going to introduce you to your 2 best friends. This young man is Charon. He can be a little difficult, but he's a very honest person. This young woman is Bianca. She's a little flighty, but she works very hard. I think you 3 have potential, and I'm going to give you a very, very important Pokemon. Nyce. The moment you choose the Pokemon that will accompany you on your journey, your story will truly begin. Well, our Nuzlocke does not truly begin until we get Pokeballs, so that is the landmark that starts it. Once we get Pokeballs and we can catch Pokemon, we're off to the races and it begins. During your journey, you'll meet many Pokemon with different personalities and points of view. I really hope that you find what is important to you in all of these travels. That's right, befriend new people and Pokemon and grow as a person. That is the most important goal for your journey. Let's go visit the world of Pokemon. Alright. Gotta decide on some voices very swiftly for Charon and Bianca here, because I know they're going to join us almost immediately. Alright, let's think. Alright, let's grab some tea and think it over. Alright. Charon's kind of a scrawny, nerdy sort of guy, so I should just talk in my normal voice. Self-burn. Nice! I heard from Professor Juniper. We can have a Pokemon? What's keeping Bianca? Am I a little late again? Sorry! Bianca, I've known you for 10 years that you have no sense of time, but seriously? Today's the day we can get a Pokemon from Professor Juniper! I know! Sorry, Nyce! Sorry, Charon! So, where are the Pokemon? They were delivered to Nyce's house, so Nyce gets to pick first. Naturally. Alright. The Pokemon are waiting for us inside that gift box. Okay, Nyce, you go first and take a peek at the gift box. I want to meet the Pokemon right now! Alright, so do I, but first let's save the game. That way we can bring ourselves directly to this state when our starter has been chosen. So let me know. I'll take any sort of input. You don't have to vote for one particular thing. If you want to give me a ranking of your first, second, and third choice, that's fine. We don't get that many comments here, so I can read through and dissect and see what the general feel is. If you want me to randomly decide, let me know too. I got some dice right behind me. I love rolling dice. So we'll figure that out. But let's see what our options are. For all we know, it'll be a clear-cut decision. One thing to keep in mind is we are going to battle the other 2 Pokemon that we don't choose back-to-back here right in the very beginning. We don't lose if we, don't win that battle, but we are missing out on the experience we could gain there, so it'd be great to get that because we do need to start off on the right foot, hopefully, here. So let's see. What do we have? Duosion, okay. I'm not mad at that. That's okay. Oh, okay. Well. And Butterfree. All right, well. Power levels are a little bit polarized here. Ho-Oh is by far the strongest Pokemon. I don't know that it would necessarily make things too easy. It would definitely make the initial battle here against our rivals easy. if we don't pick Ho-Oh and we pick one of these two, we're probably going to lose to whichever trainer gets the Ho-Oh here, but that's fine. It's not a big deal. I do like Duosian. That's a fine one. I do like it. Butterfree, it's not bad, but we would lose some scaling pretty quickly. It is interesting that we have two Pokemon with double rock weakness. So like Butterfree, you know, bug flying, goes down to 1 rock type attack. Ho-Oh, fire flying, pretty much goes down to 1 rock type attack too. Duosian, you know, pretty neutral there, just a regular psychic type, it's fine. So definitely we've got honestly kind of like a small, medium, and large sort of setup going on here. Butterfree, definitely the lowest power level, and you know, it might be stronger than Duosian in the beginning, but it'll fall off pretty hard. Duosian's fine. I don't mind the Pokemon at all. You know, it's pretty solid. And Ho-Oh, I mean, Ho-Oh's a Ho-Oh. What else is there to say? What? Doesn't evolve or anything, so that's not too exciting in that regard. Its initial moveset might be really bad too. Hopefully it has like 1 damaging attack at least, but it might just have like Safeguard and Recover for all I know. I don't know. Legendaries are always kind of weird with that moveset thing because they don't usually exist at level 5. You usually find them at level 70 or something, so their moveset makes more sense then. So that's always kind of weird. Luckily, we don't have any super big worries. I mean, I guess Duosian, if we encounter a dark type, might only have psychic type attacks, so we could just get stuck there. Again, most of that stuff isn't going to matter too much once we get a Pokemon or two. I think we'll get 2 encounters and then 1 gift Pokemon. Maybe it's only 1 encounter before the first gym. The first gym happens here pretty quickly. But those are our choices. Let me know what you think. Definitely a big difference in power level we got from Butterfree to Ho-Oh. So that's pretty spicy. But yeah, really anything that you want me to use, I will make work. I think Butterfree might be a little bit trickier than the rest. And if we don't pick Ho-Oh, I think we are going to lose one of our rival battles, but that's not that big of a deal. I'm here looking for challenge, so if you decide Ho-Oh's too strong for me, so be it. Ho-Oh's too strong for me. We'll figure it out, though. If you want me to roll dice, I'll just roll dice, and we'll just go, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and just roll it up. That's it, though. Let me know what you think. Leave me some comments down below, and pretty soon here, probably tomorrow, get your votes in quickly, because we'll be kicking off this series and just running straight away with it. That's it for this, though. Look forward to your input, and I will see you next time. And until then, have a nice day. Thank you so much for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, check out these similar videos floating all around your screen.